In today's busy world, have you ever thought about how to make an impression that lasts? Does she value you as much as you value her? Or are you just one of many options? To win a woman's love and make her remember you, you need more than just care and affection. You need patience and a strong belief system. If you want a unique and successful plan, think about Stoicism is more than just an old philosophy. It's also a useful guide for today's world, giving us new ideas on how to build and keep a happy relationship. Let's look at 11 interesting Stoicism-inspired relationship tips that you can use to impress any woman, make an impression that lasts, and finally, connect more deeply on your shared road to happiness. Before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you could thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel. Keep reading until the end, because every point is important and could help you learn something new. Let's start by not getting in touch with her. One common pattern among guys who are interested in a woman is that they constantly text, call, and try to stay in touch with her. But here's an idea that might change the game for you. Being less available can make you much more attractive. It's not about playing games or being hard to find just for fun. It's about living by the Stoic concept of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches people to be self-sufficient and find happiness within themselves instead of constantly seeking it from outside sources, like a love interest's approval or attention. When you cut down on the number of texts and calls you make, you're not just being hard to get. You're showing that you have a full and interesting life of your own. This change can make her curious and even a little jealous. She might start to wonder what he's doing. Is he busy with something interesting? Is he seeing someone else? These questions can make her think about you more and in more interesting ways. For example, let's say you used to text her every morning to wish her a good day. If you stop doing that and instead share bits and pieces of your interesting activities or accomplishments on occasion, she'll notice the difference and see you as someone who is busy and happy, not just waiting for her texts. Being less available can make you more attractive because it shows that you're a serious person who doesn't need constant reassurance or contact to keep interest. This independence can make you more interesting because it shows that you're someone worth pursuing and not just someone who's always on call. This doesn't mean cutting off all contact, but making sure that when you do reach out, it's meaningful and shows that you have a well-rounded life. This balance is what can make her miss you and appreciate the times you do connect even more. Number 2, accept her challenge. In the game of attraction, it's normal for a woman to test the waters to see if you're interested. She might pull back a bit or play hard to get. This isn't just a game. It's her way of testing your sincerity. Are you really interested or are you just going through? She gets her ideas from Stoicism instead of focusing on the idea of making her your girlfriend. Let's think about this. And commit to living a moral life. The idea may seem strange, but it really does work. Stoics stress the importance of self-control and independence, which can be very attractive. For example, if you always agree with what she says or try too hard to please her, you might come off as too eager or desperate. That's not the point. Instead, show that you are unique and that it's okay to have your own thoughts and beliefs. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about being sure of yourself and showing that you're not just another person. If you're attracted to someone who stands out on their own, you naturally become more interesting. You're showing her that you're interested in her, but not too much. Saint Thomas Aquinas said that we attract what we are, not what we want. This means that if you show independence and confidence, you'll probably attract someone who values those traits. If you stay strong and don't give up, your date will likely become more interested in you. She may start to wonder about you more, wonder what you're doing, and maybe even miss your company. Remember that the goal is to strike the perfect balance between respect and attraction, making you someone she can't help but think about. 3. Showcase your life in the world of attraction. Live a life that others want to be part of. This is a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism, which teaches the importance of focusing on your own growth and pursuits by living a rich and engaging life and sharing snippets of it. Especially when you're not around the person you're interested in, you naturally create an allure. If she checks your social media and all she finds are echoes of inactivity, it might give the impression that you're not up to much. However, if your posts reflect the vibrancy of your life, be it through photos from a scenic hike, a fun evening with friends, or moments from a hobby you're passionate about, you're not just filling your feed, you're telling a story of a life well lived. Imagine posting a picture of you reaching the summit of a challenging trail or sharing moments from a spontaneous road trip. These snapshots don't need to scream for attention, but should simply reflect your joy and engagement with the world around you. This isn't about bragging or making her feel excluded. Rather, it's about giving her a window into your world where she can see you thriving and enjoying yourself. In a subtle way, this shows that you're someone who enjoys life and finds happiness in their own hobbies and interests. It's like telling her, "I'm living my best life," which naturally makes her feel awe and maybe even FOMO or fear of missing out. She may start to wonder what's so interesting about his life and why I'm not a part of it. By doing this, you tap into a basic Stoic principle. Focus on building yourself and let everything else follow. Your life's richness makes her curious about what it would be like to share those experiences with you. It's a subtle but powerful way to get her interested and make her feel like she's missing out on something great by being with you. Don't pay attention to her cues in the dance of modern dating. People often use social media to play subtle games to get your attention. For example, if you stop messaging her, creating a quiet space, she might start posting interesting photos or dropping hints about you online to see what you think. This is a classic move meant to get you to engage with her all the time, according to Stoic philosophy. Here's a strong method. Allow these tries to go through without responding. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be able to control ourselves and not let outside events affect us. Instead, we should react with good judgment by not clicking on these social media links. You are practicing a form of modern Stoicism. For example, if she posts a beautiful photo from a recent trip or a status update that seems to indirectly reference an inside joke of yours, your first instinct might be to like or comment. But by choosing not to, you add a layer of mystery and confidence. She's waiting for your likes or comments, and your lack of them might leave her confused and interested. Your choice to respond in any way shows that you are not just another predictable person. Suitor, you have your own life and aren't just waiting for her to tell you what to do. This move is not meant to be cold, but to show that your attention is not so quickly swayed by simple lures. It shows that you are not desperately watching what she does on social media, which can make you look more interesting and attractive. By not playing the usual games, you stand out and show that your interest and attention must be won through real connection, not just surface-level interactions. By showing this restraint, you represent the Stoic idea that we shouldn't let things outside our control bother us, and should instead focus on keeping our inner calm and dignity. This can make a big difference in how she sees you, possibly making her more interested in you. 5. Share your information with others because you want to have a deeper, more genuine conversation with you. Teaching her something new is a great way to leave a lasting impact and make her miss you. This is in line with Stoic ideas, which value wisdom and the sharing of knowledge by giving her something insightful. In addition to being smart, you show that you care about her and want to make her life better, which are very beautiful traits. If she's interested in your hobby or something you're really interested in, use that as a chance to teach her something related to it. For example, if you love gardening, you could show her how to plant her first herb garden. Or if you love the night sky, you could spend the evening stargazing and telling her about the constellations. It's not just about teaching, it's about the connection and experiences. People who connect in this way are building together, which has a lot of good points. Intelligence, patience, and the ability to engage with others on a deeper level. It shows you're not just interested in talking about yourself or mundane topics. You're keen to bring valuable experiences into her life. This can make you stand out as someone who adds value and depth to her days. Moreover, teaching her something new can make the moments you spend together stand out in her memory. People often recall and miss the times when they learned something significant or when an experience had a lasting impact on them. By associating you with such moments of learning and growth, you become more than just another acquaintance. You become someone she looks forward to learning from and spending time with. Additionally, this practice enhances your interactions by focusing on mutual growth and understanding rather than superficial exchanges. This not only cultivates a richer relationship, but also aligns with the Stoic idea of mutual improvement, bettering oneself and others, which can strengthen bonds and make your absence felt more keenly when you're not around by engaging her curiosity and fostering an environment where learning is part of your interactions. You embed yourself in her thoughts as someone intriguing and indispensable. This thoughtful approach can deepen her affection for you and make your presence something she cherishes and misses. If you've made it this far and you're still with us, please take a moment to drop a comment below to share your thoughts or simply type "Super." If you're enjoying the content, your feedback is invaluable and keeps us inspired for future videos. Now let's continue on this journey. Number 6. Maintain composure in communication when she reaches out to you after a period of silence. This is your moment to truly embody the Stoic principle of maintaining equanimity. It's tempting to show great enthusiasm in your response, which might unintentionally convey that you've been eagerly awaiting her message. Instead, the Stoic approach would be to keep your response measured and calm, showing that while you're pleased to hear from her, you are not overly dependent on her attention. For example, when she texts you after a while, a simple reply such as, "Hey, how's it going?" strikes the perfect balance. It's friendly and inviting without being overbearing. This kind of response suggests that you've been busy living your own life, yet you're open to connecting. It's important to show that you value the interaction, but that your happiness in day-to-day life are not hinged on her communications. This measured coolness isn't about playing games. It's about showing that you're sure of yourself and don't care what other people think. Stoicism teaches that outside events, like someone's message or lack thereof, shouldn't mess with our inner peace and happiness. If you react in a calm and uninterested way, you show that you have these traits, which makes you more attractive and interesting. This way of talking tells her in a subtle way that even though you're interested in her, your life is full and interesting on its own. This can be very attractive because it shows that you are strong and able to enjoy life. You may find that these traits make someone more desirable on their own because they imply a deeper side of personality that offers more than just surface-level interaction. Being simple also shows that you respect her as an equal in the conversation and not just someone to be won over. This respectful stance, which comes from Stoic philosophy, often leads to a more genuine and long-lasting interest, keeping her coming back to experience more of your balanced and thoughtful presence. 7th, in the beginning of any relationship or interaction, it may be tempting to tell her everything about your day whenever she shows interest. However, if you want to take a more Stoic approach, think about the virtue of moderation and restraint. When she asks about your day or life, it's best to hold back just a bit, telling her enough to keep the conversation interesting without giving her too much information. This isn't about playing games or being elusive. It's about maintaining a healthy balance in space between you, for example. If she inquires about how your weekend was, instead of detailing every moment, you might say it was great, got to recharge and catch up on some reading. This response is open enough to invite further questions from her should she wish to delve deeper, but also indicates that your life is full and balanced without needing to divulge every detail. This approach demonstrates respect for both her interest and your own privacy, showing that you value the quality of interactions over the quantity of information shared. It's a subtle nod to the Stoic belief that inner tranquility comes from how we manage our responses and interactions, not from external validation or oversharing. Moreover, by not being an open book, you naturally create an aura of mystery and depth. People are drawn to what they don't fully understand or know, as it invites exploration and curiosity by sparingly sharing details. You signal that you are confident in your own life's value and do not need constant external affirmation to feel validated. This can make you more intriguing and attractive, as it suggests you lead a thoughtful and self-sufficient life. This strategy also shows that you don't see her as someone to report to, but as someone you're choosing to engage with. Respecting both her time and yours by maintaining this balance, you're more likely to keep her interested and invested in uncovering more about you, fostering a more meaningful and lasting connection. Number 8. Build up the sense of surprise. Stoicism may make you think of calm and steady behavior, but it also teaches you how to use your mind to make life better, including your relationships. One good way to get closer to someone is to add thoughtful gifts to your conversations from time to time. This method isn't just meant to get her excited, it's also meant to show that you care about what she wants and interests her. Think about the power of actions you wouldn't expect. If she's mentioned a fondness for art, surprise her with tickets to a new exhibition at a local gallery. If she loves the outdoors, plan an impromptu day trip to a nearby nature reserve that she hasn't visited yet. These surprises need not be grand. Their value lies in the thoughtfulness behind them and the joy of spontaneity. These moments create a dynamic where she looks forward to your company with anticipation, wondering what delightful surprise might be just around the corner. This keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. Imagine her reaction to finding out you've arranged a visit to a place she's always talked about. Exploring the surprise shows that you listen, that you value her happiness enough to bring it into reality. Unexpectedly, such actions embody a Stoic principle in a modern context. While we cannot control all aspects of life, we can control how we contribute to the happiness of those we care about. By planning these surprises, you are actively creating moments of joy and showing that you're invested in enriching the relationship. This not only makes the time you spend together special, but also makes you someone she misses and thinks about when you're not around. Furthermore, these surprises reinforce the idea that you are a source of positive unpredictability in her life. This is not about keeping someone off balance, but rather about adding a layer of depth to how you express your affection. There are 9 surprises that can make her look forward to what the future holds with you. Each one can be a memorable part of your shared story. It develops a sense of mystery in your relationships. A little secret goes a long way. Just as a good story builds up slowly to keep the audience interested, so can the story of who you are. This fits well with Stoic teachings, which tell us to not only self-control and a thoughtful reveal of one's character and virtues over time. Instead of laying all your cards on the table right away, let her discover different aspects of your personality, skills, and interests one piece at a time. For example, you could hint at a painting skill or a past adventure, but save the details for later. By slowly giving out bits and pieces of information about yourself, each contact is full of new things that could be learned, which makes you more interesting and makes your time together more anticipated. This method of gradual revelation plays on people's natural desire to learn and discover new things. When you share just enough to get her interested, but not so much that there's nothing left to discover, you create an ongoing intrigue. It's like leaving breadcrumbs that lead her through a forest. With each step, her excitement and interest in the journey grow. Keeping some mystery can also help create a respectful distance that is often attractive. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of being self-sufficient and not overpowering others with our presence or personal details. By keeping some things to yourself, you show that you have depth that isn't immediately apparent. This can make her want to learn more about you, creating an engagement that isn't easily replicated. For example, on a date, you could casually mention that you're interested in astronomy. Then, plan a date where you can both stargaze and talk more about this passion. Sharing yourself at this slow, careful pace shows that you are not only interesting, but also thoughtful about how you do it. This smart restraint turns every interaction with you into a chance to peel back another layer of the onion, so to speak. Every time she learns something new about you, it improves her picture of you and fills the times you're apart with a sweet anticipation for what else she can learn. This is how you can weave your presence into her thoughts, making her miss you more each time you leave and eagerly anticipate what surprises you might reveal next. Number 10. Encourage people to be humble and participate in talks. It's easy to get stuck in the me syndrome where you talk too much about yourself and your accomplishments. But Stoicism teaches humility and the value of listening, which are both important for building a relationship where both partners feel valued. When you're talking to her, make an effort to find a balance between telling her about your own experiences and genuinely interested in hers. You don't want to take over the conversation. You want to have a meaningful exchange where both of you feel heard and valued. For example, if you just told her about your recent hiking trip, ask her about her own outdoor adventures or interests. This shows that you value her opinion and are interested in her as a person, not just as someone who listens to your stories. As a good listener, you show that you are attentive and respect her experiences and thoughts, which is a Stoic ideal. This makes the time she spends with you more memorable and fulfilling, leaving a lasting impression that she'll miss when you're not around. Additionally, by not being too self-centered, you become more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel valued and respected. When she thinks back on her interactions with you, she'll remember how you made her feel valued and respected, which are qualities that are deeply attractive. This practice of mutual engagement also leads to a deeper connection. When you show interest in her life, she's more likely to open up and share more personally significant stories, which builds intimacy and trust. These are the moments she'll cherish and miss because they show how well you can connect on a level. If you take a more serious approach to talking to her and focus on not only expressing yourself, but also understanding and appreciating her, you become someone she not only likes spending time with, but also looks forward to seeing again. This makes her value and miss your presence, which strengthens your link every time you see number 11. Spark some good jealousy. A little jealousy can serve as a subtle reminder of your worth in the social marketplace, but it needs to be treated with care and precision, just like anything else powerful. This fits with Stoic ideas about keeping your cool, being in charge of our acts, and using them to show respect for ourselves and others. It's about showing, not telling, her that your life is full and satisfying with or without her, which can easily make her more interested. Picture this. You're having a great time with your friends when you decide to post a picture of the fun on social media. In the picture, you're laughing. The scene looks friendly, and there's a female friend subtly included in the group. The key word here is subtly. It's not a provocative pose, just a snapshot of a good time with friends. By occasionally tagging your friend, it naturally sparks curiosity without crossing lines. This method isn't meant to make her think you're interested in her or make her feel bad. Instead, it's meant to show that you're a person that people, including women, like being around. This might make her see you differently as someone else she wants, which could make her even more interested in you. It's a nice way to remind her that she likes you, and that if she's really interested, she might be more likely to see what she likes about you. However, the Stoic method would warn against using jealousy as your main strategy. Stoicism teaches us to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not manipulation. Because of this strategy should only be used rarely and with the goal of being honest and true to oneself. It's not about playing games, it's about showing that you value others, which is a natural way to attract them. This way also gives her a more complete picture of how you interact with others. It makes you seem more attractive by gently making other people see you as important. There should be some mystery about who your other friends are and what they like about you. This will keep you interesting in her eyes and may make her more interested in finding out how she fits into your life. This isn't about making her compete. It's about showing her that your world is full and exciting and inviting her to be a part of it. In conclusion, mastering the art of making her miss you depends not only on what you do, but also on how you do it. As we wrap up, this philosophy stresses how important it is to approach relationships with a calm and collected attitude. Real attraction comes from a place of self-confidence and tranquility, not from a sense of urgency or desperation. It's important to know that desperation can be seen from a distance and often turns people off instead of attracting them. By projecting confidence and maintaining a calm attitude, you increase your allure and the chances of making a real connection. Take a moment to think about how these methods fit with the Stoic idea of keeping your emotions in check and your interactions balanced. Leave a comment below with the word "agree" to let us know that these ideas hit home for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Sharing this video helps other people find these techniques useful, and subscribing makes sure you don't miss any new videos. Join the conversation in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Thanks for watching. For more interesting topics, check out the movie that's recommending it on your screen. I'll see you soon.